everyone, and welcome along to another Retro Wednesdays. It's been a while, actually. I was having a look the other day at how long it's been since we did a Retro Wednesdays since I got ill. And yeah, Pokemon Days has kind of run away with it a little bit, but we're back and we have something new to share with each other. If you are joining for the first time, welcome. If you don't know how this format works, basically I do 2 streams a week, generally speaking. One on a Monday, which is Pokemon Days, which explores all things Pokemon, and then Retro Wednesdays, which could be pretty much anything that is 80s, 90s or noughties. And in fact, actually, there's technically 3, because we are going to be doing our first Patreon hangout this Friday on Discord. Those that are in the Batcave tier on Patreon will be able to join in on that. It'll be a pretty much anything goes kind of stream, because there's not necessarily a topic, it's just a hangout and a chat. Nicholas, good to have you along with us. Now, obviously, my channel is better known for its Power Rangers and Super Sentai content than pretty much anything else. That's something that will be changing over this year, but I always expect this content to have a slightly bigger audience than normal. So, if this is your first time on a Retro Wednesdays stream, one thing that I always like to ask is where you are in the world. Stevie, Willem, I know exactly where you are. Anyone else in the stream, please let me know where you are, because I always like to know. We've had people in the US, mainland Europe, Indonesia, Argentina. It's just a nice thing to know where everybody is. Now, this evening, or this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are in the world, we are going to be working our way through this. This is a retail box of... In fact, it's a slightly overflowing because there's more than there should be in here. Retail box of... I just shouldn't have banged the desk there. Vintage Mighty Morphin Power Rangers trading cards from around, I think, 1994, yes. But actually, I technically have 2 of them. The only thing is, I don't know how big a set is. So, I don't know if we're going to end up opening both retail boxes, because it could be that we get an entire set from one box. Just pull the microphone down a little bit before I blow people's ears off. Labrador, Canada. It's your birthday, what, tomorrow or today? I can't tell where you are in the world, so I don't know what time zone you're in. So I don't know whether to... We might, if we're crossing over into midnight GMT, it might be your birthday. Nathan, exotic Essex, very, very exotic indeed. Now, before we open these up, I did do a little bit of research on these. I opened up one of the packs just to see what was in here, and it's a good job I did, because on the back of these cards there is apparently trivia, not necessarily Power Rangers trivia, but just trivia in general. But you need a card to be able to decode some of the trivia. Let me explain. This is the card that you need. It's a card of Alpha 5's, well, his arse, basically. But on the back there is like a little decoder, sort of Da Vinci Code style. So this is actually going to be really important, because we could get quite a few packs in before we knew what was going on. So it's a good job I opened these before we got started. I'll keep that aside for when we get going. Lima, Peru. That's the first Peruvian, I believe, I've had on the stream. Good to have you on. No idea what time of the day and or night it is. I'm guessing middle of the afternoon there. Kansas. Is that Central Time? I don't know. I know where Kansas is, but I have no idea what time zone that is. Because I think... Is Pacific Time... Is that still morning? Wherever... If anyone in the stream in Pacific Time... Anyway, I'm going to clear this box off, because we need to start going. Because there is, as you can tell, there's a lot in here. And it's just all fallen in my lap. Which, that was a mistake, showing you how thick it was, wasn't it? Now, I don't know whether or not these cards were ever released in the UK. The box the boxes that I have here are, well, they got Walmart sprawled all over them, and 2 for $1 a pack back in 1994. So these are all American. I don't remember these. Hang on, there's cards on the floor. I do remember the sticker albums that we've previously done on Retro Wednesdays, but not these. So I'm intrigued to find what's in them and how much they were able to squeeze out of this. I mean, obviously trading cards are a bit of a cash grab, even when it's a trading card game. This is not a trading card game. These are just cards. Kansas Central. I thought so. Does anyone... Let's go to a live Tokusatsu channel that streams 24. I'm not aware of any Tokusatsu channel that streams 24/7, but if anybody is, do let them know. In fact, I've been trying to figure out whether or not I should see if I can do some sort of 24-hour stream. The reason being, not me personally, but I have a sister channel to Pomelo Retro, which is Pomelo Retro Extra, and the idea of that was that I was going to put a load of content that I have referred to in my videos on that channel. So I've got some videos coming up in which I'll be talking about certain shows, and the idea is that I'll be backing them up to Pomelo Retro Extra. However, I spent God knows how long backing up episodes of Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, not Ninja Turtles, Hero Turtles, the UK version, the Dutch version, both Belgian and Dutch, and also German. So it's Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in 3 languages from 4 different countries, because the Belgian and the Dutch are slightly different. And even though the companies that own the rights to those episodes that did all the dubs and everything don't exist anymore, predictably, YouTube's copyright policy was just like, we don't want to help you. Even though I argued quite rightly that the company doesn't exist anymore, and the company that's claiming the videos against me is not the company that owns the rights. They were just like, yeah, but you don't own the rights. So all those videos they haven't been removed, but they are private now. Or they are available, I think, in North Korea. So if anybody's watching in North Korea, you can go to Pomelo Retro Extra right now, and you can watch episodes of Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in 3 languages. However, I'm considering whether or not it's worth seeing if I can get a Pomelo Retro Extra 24/7 stream going. Have like a laptop or something in the studio that is just playing those episodes. Because the thing is, I spent a long time archiving those, getting vintage VHS tapes, backing them all up, sometimes having to glue the tape back onto the reels because they were falling apart, and for Lionsgate to just go, yeah, no, we want them removed, when Lionsgate don't own the rights, it was a kick in the balls. And I'd like to kick them back, especially after the nightmare that I've had with Toei over the last few days and how useless YouTube have been. I don't know if you've been following along on Instagram, Twitter, Discord, or the community channel, but I have had my fill of YouTube not following its own copyright policy. So I'm tempted to try and figure out whether or not it's worth doing a 24/7 stream, just to kind of put a middle finger up to Lionsgate, who have claimed my videos before and sort of let the claim run out. But with Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, they've got 30 days basically to dispute your dispute, and they left it to day 29 and then removed about 40 videos in one go. So if you want to know where you might be able to see those videos, head over to Pomelo Retro Extra right now. Just go into, in fact, I can put it in the chat, but it's going to be important because there's a few videos coming up Let me just find it to put it in the chat, where I talk about stuff that is quite rare, that only really existed on VHS and so on, and I need somewhere to back it up because I want people to be able to watch my video but then go watch the original source as well. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. Now there's only 6 videos that you'll be able to see unless you're in North Korea, in which case there's about 56 that you'll be able to see, but you can go have a look at that now, and I'd give it a subscribe because there's going to be quite a lot of things going onto that channel as kind of like an archive after we get past the next Power Rangers vs Super Sentai video, part 2 that is. Who wrote Karen Rider? Anyway, let's get on with opening some cards because we've got a lot to get through tonight, and I kind of want to figure out what... I can't even get them out of the pack. That's a good start. They made packs stronger in the 90s. Hang on, I'm going to have to throw these away properly or they're going to... So, I assume these are all just going to be production photos from... I'm guessing Season 1, because I think I've got a separate box of Season 2 stickers. It's 21 years since WWF purchased WCW. Is it really? That's kind of depressing. Makes me feel very old. Yeah, I'm guessing these are just production photos, but... Well, let's have a quick look through first. So we got the full Rangers digging something up. I don't remember that episode. I have watched this series again recently because I'm going to go back and do first season versus Zhu Ranger properly again. We got Zack doing in some sort of pose. Trini, bless Twee Trang. That is episode 1, which is when they first meet Zordon. Now these are the bikes that weren't really utilised in the American show. These were only really used in the Japanese show, and it's kind of a shame. But I guess Super Sentai always used bikes more than the American show. We got Tommy doing a salsa, and it's a weird looking... I don't know if that's coming through because it's shiny, but it's almost like that's been taken from a children's colouring book and turned into a holographic card. Now, I should mention that pretty much none of these cards are worth anything. Like, they might be worth something in the sealed box, but the cards themselves aren't really worth anything, except shiny Green Rangers. I've had a quick look at whether any of these are sort of collectible or not, and generally speaking, no. But for some reason, holographic Green Ranger cards can be like $150 to $200. Like, most of these cards are probably worth a few cents, but for some reason, the holographic Green Ranger cards are worth something. So that's kind of the card that we want to be on the lookout for this evening. It's not what the stream is about. We're not on the hunt for them, but that's one to look at. Now, they're all well and good. They're sort of production photos and I'm guessing production art, but what we want to look for is on the back. Okay, so first of all, I mean, Trini, we've got her little profile of things about her, you know, hobbies, kung fu and collecting teddy bears. Technically speaking, that's true. There is an episode where she has lots of dolls and teddy bears and one becomes a monster. But, here it is. Secret coded answer. So, is this the question? What happens when water reaches a temperature of 200 degrees... Okay, so, I'm British. What the hell is 200 degrees Fahrenheit? Could somebody translate that for me? Sell the ones I don't want on eBay. Well, I could do, but the problem is they're not really worth anything. You got to realise there's 7 cards in a pack, and I have probably 220 packs here. It's quite a lot of cards. Quite a lot of photos need taking. What is 212 degrees Fahrenheit? Can somebody translate that? We spoke about this on the Pokemon Monday stream on Monday. It's 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, it boils. We in Britain are a bit weird when it comes to measurements. We're not metric or what we would call imperial. We're both simultaneously, and sometimes we mix things as well. So we will measure most things in centimeters and meters, but we'll stop at kilometers. We don't do kilometers, we then do miles. And like drinks, so say for example, we don't buy drinks in fluid ounces or whatever, we sell them in milliliters, unless it's milk, in which case it's pints, unless it's a milk other than cow milk, in which case it's litres, unless it's French, and then it's centilitres. And it's the same with measuring us. You know, we measure everything in centimetres and metres apart from us. We're feet and inches. I don't know what I am in metres. And weight, we measure everything in grams. Grams, milligrams, grams, kilograms. But when it comes to people, we make it even more complicated than Americans. We're not just pounds, we're stones and pounds. We decided that we do kilometers but weigh in pounds and height and feet usually. Well, yeah, I'll up the pounds. We're stone and pounds. And I mean, it goes even stupider. Like say for example, we buy fuel for our cars in litres, but we measure the consumption in miles per gallon. But to make it even more confusing, a British gallon is not the same as an American gallon. So I know how many litres of fuel goes in my car, but I don't know how many miles per litre or kilometres per litre. I know miles per gallon, but I don't know how many gallons. So try and work that out. You're confusing me. We confuse ourselves. We've decided that. Oh, and beer you don't buy, and everything else is in milliliters and liters, but beer is pints. Like if you go to a bar, they'll measure shots in milliliters, that's 50 or 100, but beer is pints. So we've just decided to mix and match. We'll go metric, but only so far. And you'll even find people who are maybe 70 plus who lived pre-metric, who will measure temperature in both, depending whether it's cold or hot. If it's hot, then they'll say it in Fahrenheit because it sounds hotter. It gives them something better. We like to complain in Britain, but if it's cold, then it's Celsius because it sounds colder. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. Anyway, the answer to what happens to water when it reaches temperature of 212 degrees Fahrenheit is it boils. So I don't really need my alpha card, but we're going to test the theory anyway. Yeah, test the theory anyway. So 9 is I. 20. I don't know if you can see this. It's a bit small on the cards. 20 is T. 2 is B. In fact, this looks longer. 5 is E. Wait, what? Oh, it becomes steam, it'll be, won't it? 7 is... Wait, what? Or it begins to boil. That's what it'll be. Okay, so at least it made it a little bit more challenging. You did kind of need the decoder card. The Black Ranger. What does the government take every 10 years to count its citizens? Well, okay, let's find one we don't know. That's a census. What does the... See, we don't have these. Is it pronounced possum or opossum? What does it do when it's protection when a predator nearby pretends to be dead? Who was the first man to cross the Atlantic alone in an airplane? That was... Is that Lindenberg? No. How'd you... C H A R L okay, so it's Charles. 12 is Yeah, no, it is. L-I-N... That's not right. Oh, Charles Lindbergh. Yeah, it's right. My father is a literal human conversion calculator. He grew up Imperial and started using metric when it came to Canada. Now he can convert in his... That's impressive. I wish... Because when people start giving me... See, there's a thing now where if you're into fitness in the UK, people give me their weight in kilograms, and I have no idea what it means. Just completely over my head. I don't know what it is. But if somebody started measuring something smaller in ounces or something, I haven't got a clue. What battle cry inspired Sam Houston and his men to defeat the Mexican army? I have no idea. But I realised that if we're going to be here all night decoding answers, well, we're going to be here all night. So, we'll move on. 2.2 pounds in a kilogram. Do you think I can calculate that quickly enough? And besides, how much is that when you mix in stone as well? Oh, hang on. Okay, so this might be our first indication that... Oh, wait, that's a different card. I was going to say this might be our first indication of how big this set is, but those are two production photos from the same scene, but they're technically different cards. Card number 4 and card number 61. Oh, and wait, hang on. Hang on. That's not from Power Rangers. I mean, it's from the pilot. But that is from Zyuranger. Okay, well, I guess they're just using it as a reference of, well, Billy's Zord is based on this. Zordon continues to explain each teenager's role in the fight. Oh, wait, so does it tell the story? Zordon continues to explain each teenager's role in the fight against Rita Repulsa. If they accept his proposal, Billy will become the Blue Ranger and will have the ability to summon the incredible powers of the Triceratops dinosaur. Sorry, slight delay in my headphones. Triceratops dinosaur. So, okay, so they give info on the season. It looks like they tell the story of the season. There's trivia and there's also a decoder. Hang on again. Now this is just a big lie. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers often use special battle bikes. Often use special battle bikes when fighting against Rita and Repulsa in our evil space. There's probably 2 or 3 episodes out of 60 that have them. Yeah, it technically is. That is in Power Rangers, but it's from the pilot. And they do like a weird... I was going to say morph, but it's not a morph. It's like a warp from their faces into the dinosaurs. Okay, we got the chicken monster. We got Bulk and Skull with the principal with his very obvious wig. Ah, this is interesting. Because I talk about this a little bit in when I diving deeper into season 1 versus Zyuranger, I mentioned that you were not going to be able to see it very well because I mentioned that the morphers are not the same as they were with all the toys and all the replicas since. The lightning bolts on the outside of the morphers are not black, they're silver. And obviously they're different from the toys because the toys had Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, whereas this just had Power Rangers. So it's actually very obvious when you watch season 1 compared to Zyuranger that this is the toy. And there's an episode where the Rangers are giving up their coins to save their parents, and you can see the little plastic catchers from the toy. I've got this toy on my shelf, but it's had the stickers removed. So what I think they did, before they put the Power Rangers thing over the Zyurangers, I think these are the Zyuranger toy morphers, but these were the actual props in Power Rangers. In Power Rangers, they just used the Zyuranger toys, I think. They were not the same Dinobucklers. Just got the 8th badge in Shining Pearl after Kara away from Cynthia. I haven't played Shining Pearl yet. In fact, I haven't even played Pearl. I think I've told this story before, in that I got Pearl, and then my housemate in university started playing it, and then I never got round to it. So it's on my list of things that I need to play. But I just remembered something. Bear with me one sec, because I needed to say it on the stream. I don't know if he's on the stream, but we've had a guy who has been in the stream a few times before, and he messaged me. Was it on Twitter or it was on Instagram? I think it was on Simply Skullface. He's been in this the chat a few times. I don't know if he's on tonight. I did say though that I was going to give him a little bit of a shout out because he's going in for surgery in a couple of weeks and he was feeling a bit nervous, so we were going to wish him the luck for that, and I'm sure it'll be a big relief when you come back from it. I don't think you need to be nervous. They didn't use the bikes often at all. Twice at the best, and then they had the Thunder bikes, which are actually the bikes from Die Ranger that I don't think were ever in the show, but they made a toy of it anyway. I'm sure you look closely into through. I'm sure if you look closely in the show, the Morphers show Zyuranger. They do, but they actually seem like props in Zyuranger, and they use like a medallion, not the plastic coins with the catches on. Whereas in Power Rangers, it's clearly the toy. Okay, and then we go with okay. So I don't think these were Japanese artwork. I think these were the drawings that were done. So that when in the 90s, when you get like the lunch boxes and the mugs and the plastic cups and all the things that had, in fact, I've got some playing cards of them. They hired somebody to draw the Rangers, but draw them with the badges on their chest, which obviously they didn't have in the show, and draw these Zords. And I think that's the artwork that they used. You had the toy of the bikes. Which bikes? Because I think they did do a toy of that, didn't they? They definitely did the Thunder bikes, but those were the bikes from Die Ranger that had been made to look like they were from Mighty Morphin, which they weren't. But, a toy's a toy. And, I'm not complaining. The bikes are cool. Ah, Bulk and Skull. These have been sat in a pack for like nearly 30 years and they're starting to stick together. So they did do a toy of the bikes and sidecar. I can't separate these. They've been stuck together. Ah, not Return of the Green Ranger, the unveiling of the Green Ranger, I guess, when he was still evil against Jason. Porky Pig. Porky Pig was the first villain in the Tiger handheld game, but I'm trying to remember now. I talk about it. One of the first videos that I did on this channel was a Power Rangers video games video, and I found the advert for that game with Porky Pig on it, and the kid who they hired did not know how to pronounce it. And wait, hang on, yeah, so this is from Zyuranger, but I guess again they're just using it to. That's a very furry Triceratops, isn't it? That's literally like a hand puppet. And we got the original putties. Sorry, I'm kind of holding these off screen, aren't I? I should be looking a little. I should lean back a bit. Relax. We got a long stream ahead of us. We got Billy and Zach, and then we've got that's Squat, isn't it? Yeah, Squat with 2 T's. Which Power Ranger has the ability to call on the Power Rangers of the Triceratops dinosaur? Okay, we don't need the decoder card for that. Squat, freed from 10,000 years of imprisonment on a deserted planet. Wait, hang on. Was it a deserted planet in Power Rangers, or was it not the moon? I thought it was the moon in Power Rangers. It's a deserted planet in Zyuranger, but that's millions of years, like hundreds of millions of years, I think, in Zyuranger. Squat is another of Rita Repulsa's evil cronies. Squat, along with Finster, Babu, and Goldar, are always trying to create another terrible monster they hope will be able to overpower and destroy the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm pretty sure it was the moon, was it not? That the space dumpster landed on? Pudgy Pig, but they call it Porky Pig in the advert, I think. I'm pretty sure they do. That's why I was getting confused. The Battle Bike Scale X-Trick set. I didn't know that was a thing. Nice. This is one where you can actually tell that this is obviously the cast, but I'm pretty sure that is actually the American cast. See, that it might not be the original American actors, it could be their stunt doubles, but I guess a way to tell is just look how skinny either Twee Trang or Twee Trang's stunt double is compared to Boy in Zyuranger. Okay, it was a different planet, okay. Zach in a dance-off with Bulk at the juice bar. Billy looking very... That must be David Yost in the costume, because he does not know how to pose. The stunt, you can always tell... I mean, that's why I think that's the stunt doubles, because you can usually tell that the stunt doubles know how to pose, the actors didn't, and... If that's David Yost in there, he looks very awkward. Oh, these are just all stuck together. I can't. There we go. Austin St. John looking a lot slimmer than he is now. These hand-drawn ones are a little bit weird. I'm not sure I like them. But I don't remember that from any of the merch back in the day. Oh, and then we've got the hollow version of it. Problem is, they're so stuck together. They're sort of it's sort of ripping off stuff with it as we go through. Have I still got music playing? Yes, I do. I keep having to turn the volume down in my headphones because otherwise I can't. I can't. Oh wait, you like the snizzard? Where was he? There he is. Oh, snizzard lips apparently. Well, according to this, anyway. Rita Repulsa is jealous of Kimberly's beauty. She brings forth a poisonous apple, which Finster arranges for Kimberly to eat. The apple puts Kimberly to sleep. Rita sends Snizzard Lips to finish off the other Power Rangers. The poisonous apple must be removed from the top of Snizzard Lips' head to deplete his powers. What was the nickname for this? What is the name of this for the state of Texas? Is that not the Lone Star State? Is anyone from Texas? Usually there's somebody from Texas in the stream. I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of them will be off, because I imagine they were written by people who just had a very cursory look at the show. Oh, stuck together. Oh wait, what's this? Ah, there we go. We've got a checklist. So that will tell. So now we know how many cards are in the list. There's 72 of them, and in fact, the checklist is counted as number 72. So chances are we're gonna easily get the full set. I doubt we're gonna have to go through through to the second box, but let's have a look. So we have Power Rangers, Good Friends, summoned by Zordon, Zordon's Proposals. I'm looking. I'm guessing it's just going to be under the Green Ranger. It's not going to be down as a hollow. Wait, hang on. Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Pink Ranger, Yellow Ranger, Black Ranger, Bulk and Skull, the Juice Bar, Finster, Squat Bubby, Billy's Garage. The Green Ranger, number 45. I'm guessing that is the hollow version. Or maybe it's like a secret rare, because we've already had a Green Ranger. Where was it? But it's not the one that I've seen before. The one that's meant... Yes, that one. So that, according to the list, should be number 45. Which it is. But is there another Green Ranger? No. There's not. So, there might be a couple more that are not on this list. Maybe that's why they're expensive, because they're rare and they're not on the list. Because I'm pretty sure, let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure the one that I've seen where it's expensive is much closer. Yeah, 1994 Green Ranger foil series. It is. It's like a close-up, particularly it really shows that bad shield. I'm looking at it on eBay now, and one in really bad condition is being sold for 180 Australian dollars or 100 British pounds sterling. So I'm guessing it's like a secret rare, and it's just not on the card list. You had these in 1990. Well, I think it would have been 1994. Yeah, 94. But yeah, I didn't have these. I had the stickers, but like I said, I don't know if these came out in the UK. If anyone is British and on the stream, let me know whether you had them, because I don't remember these. I would have probably collected these, because I definitely collected the stickers. We got Walter Emmanuel Jones. Still looks like that. However, can you tell from this picture? Yes, you can. I didn't know until quite recently. He's missing his middle finger on, I'm guessing it must be his left hand. He lost it as a kid, and I don't know how I went so long without knowing that was a thing. Watching it back now, you can see it, but I don't know how. And he holds his morpher differently than everybody else because of it. That must be like one in a blah blah. Well, I mean, we've got 200 plus packs, so we could probably find it. Okay, so we got the Power Rangers logo. That's card number 1. Okay, yes, so that's card number 1. So I'm guessing it's not number. Let me have another. Obviously, you can't see this, but I'm going to have a quick look on the back. Ah, okay, no. So the card number that this says is number 37. But it says here that number 37 is the Putty Patrol. Oh, wait. No. Now I understand. Okay, so the where's one of the shiny cards? It says the Power Foil subset. So none of these are on the list. This one says 11 of 12 for the Triceratops, but the card I'm looking at on eBay right now for the Power Foil subset says number 37, and it's definitely this set. So I don't know how many are in the Power Foil subset. These all say of 12. So we're not actually any closer to figuring it out, but essentially it's not on this list. It's a foil subset, as it were. Anyway, stayed in line for 2 hours to get the OG Megazord in '93. It's a cards coming off on each other. I think I mentioned this on the stream. Was it on Poké Mondays? I never had the Megazord, and it's weird because when we were looking through at Christmas, I was looking through some old catalogues, because here in the UK that's what we had. You know, obviously it was pre-internet. We had a shop called Argos, and that's where you would make your Christmas list and things. And looking at the price of the Megazord, I'm surprised I never asked for it or anything. I had the smaller 3.5-inch figures, and I had Titanus. But I didn't have Megazord. I was born in 89, so I was very young back then. Well, I was born in 88, so I wasn't much older. We got Alpha's bottom again, but it's with the decoder on the back. We got the. Oh, if we do find it, it's gonna have sticky stuff all over it. We got the putty from the episode where the monster was a clown. We have the headmaster with his very bad wig, but that was kind of the joke. We have very muddy Bulk and Skull, saber-toothed tiger. Ah, the car that Billy made. That was the thing. That was the one thing that people think that I hate Justin from Turbo. But one of the things that I hated was that we were meant to believe that Justin was this super genius that had jumped forward a few grades. Billy was able to make the morphers and not the morphers, but the communicators. He was able to make a car that was able to go like 5 times the speed of sound and fly. And I think he only skipped 1 year. And we're just meant to believe that Justin was that much more smart than Billy was. And then we got Squat. Again, these are still saying of 12. So I'm a bit confused where we're meant to find... Because even this is one that I open in the sample pack. This is one of the hollow ones, but even that says of 12. So I'm a bit confused where the shiny Green Ranger is going to come from. But if we need to quick fire open packs, then we can. Because it looks like with only 72 cards in the set, we're going to get through most of them fairly quickly, so we can speed things up a little bit as we go along. Ah, wait. This is interesting. Because this looks like it's from the pilot. Because Billy was super nerdy in the pilot, like more nerdy than he was in the main show. I remember Jason wearing those clothes in the pilot, and his acting is awful in the pilot. I don't know how he actually got the job. But this is with Chui Trang, not with the Trini that was in the pilot, because it was a different Trini in the pilot. But I'm pretty sure that's the pilot, because Billy looks very different there. The OG6, as in like the Green Ranger. That was your favourite. Oh no, your original Power Ranger team. Okay, fair enough. It's not a very good particular. I was going to say that's not a very good production video picture, but I think that's even mirrored. Ah, yeah, the monster with all the eyes. What was it called? Eye Guy. Could have guessed that one, couldn't I? Yeah, there were some weird monsters in Power Rangers, but I guess nobody questioned it because it was... The whole thing was weird, because the whole thing was new. Do you now? You have the original MMPR DVD box set when it comes with the extra disc with the OG pilot. Now this is interesting because I've been trying to find a good quality version of that pilot, because obviously, like I said, I've gone back and I've been writing the script for because when I did the first video, there was only going to be one video because I didn't really know how deep the rabbit hole went. And that's why that first video is kind of an overview, and it doesn't really go into that much detail with Power Ranger, like Mighty Morphin. It's just it's just an overview basically. So I wanted to do one of the type of reviews that I do now, proper in depth. But the pilot that is on YouTube and they can rip, it's this really low resolution that somebody's recorded off Fox Kids. It doesn't matter if it's NTSC or PAL, because I've got you just put it in a an external CD drive or just external DVD drive, and just, in fact, I've got, on the computer that I have here that I did my streaming on, I've got two external DVD drives, one set to region 1, one set to region 2. So I might have to have a look into that. So I might have to see if I can, if you can, like, if you can do me a favor, if you can try and find it on Amazon or whatever, and send me a link in the chat, or if you have a DVD ripper, let me know on Discord, because I've been trying to find a higher resolution version of the pilot because it's not out there on YouTube and things. It is there, but they're not very good quality. And then we've got the Sabertooth cat, not tiger. Yeah, that'd be really good if you could, because like I say, I've got it to use in the video, but it's not a good quality version, because obviously Mighty Morphin, the original series, is still on Netflix, so you can capture stuff in high definition, but the pilot is not so easy to find, because it wasn't. In fact, you can let me know on the DVD, is it the actual pilot or is it the lost episode? Because there's a quote unquote lost episode that is hosted by Austin St. John and Walter Emmanuel Jones, and it's them in a studio talking through the pilot, but then I think they show the whole pilot all the way through. Oh, I've never seen this before. That's really cool, actually, because that is, not only is it the Sphinx, but it's showing, I mean, Sphinx is way too big there, but it's showing the actual individual Zords doing their thing. I mean, it's slightly wrong, because obviously Mastodon had like a freeze thing coming from his trunk, and there's no Triceratops there. But it shows that what I've said all along is that the best Zord is the Triceratops, because it's basically a fighter jet. I can't remember what episode that's from, but Deciding that Zordon's proposal is just too out for them, the teens leave the command center. They're lost in the strange surroundings of the mountain weather. That's not the pilot, is it? Or episode 1, is it? It may be, but I don't think so. Yeah, please, if you could. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's US format, that's fine. What was this episode where they're digging something up? Rita Repulsa and her evil space aliens are plotting another scheme to destroy the Earth. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are hot... To be fair, it was only really Angel Grove. Here the Power Rangers examine the ground for clues as to whereabouts... Oh, well, that doesn't help much, does it? Yeah, that's not the first episode, is it? Partly because Billy is wearing like a jumper, and he's not going to be wearing that in the mountains around where the command center was meant to be. Or actually, that's a... I don't know if you can... The light doesn't catch these very... Well, that is Megazord with all of the Rangers on their bikes. I've never seen that artwork before. See, I'm trying to catch the light properly so you can see it. It's not the best. I've never seen that artwork before. I don't remember it being used anywhere else. I really like that card. I mean, the card itself is just... It just says Megazord. And again, it just says of 12. So, still no shedding any light on where that Green Ranger is coming from. For some reason the link isn't coming through in the chat. I'm going to show you the Tommy card. Hang on, I don't know if I can post an image in the chat, or whether I can. No, I can't, but I can put a link. That is the Tommy card. And that is apparently in this set. But I don't know. You have to highlight and copy. I don't know maybe if you can see the link, but I can't see it on my side. Let me see if I can. No, I can't see it on the public chat either. Are you in our Discord at all? If not, the link, it's free to join Discord. The link is in the description. It's not like the first link on the. Am I the only one that can't see the link? That's weird. Ah, Kimberly. Many guys my age, that was their first crush. For me, it was. I mean, anyone who's not British won't know, but Jet from Gladiators and Kimberly were kind of the first crush for a lot of people. Yeah, if you could, like, if you can join the Discord. Basically, the Discord, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like a forum, but it's a Pomelo retro forum, and there's channels on there for whether it's Power Rangers, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's wrestling, whether it's whatever you're into, and there's also, you know, some Patreon rewards there. It's free to join, but you know, there seems to be a few of us that can see the link and some of us that can't. I don't know why that is, but oh, you have a Discord. Okay, great. Well, then that's even easier. For you, it's the Yellow Ranger. For Tui Trang. I thought, where did that Tui Trang card go? No, she's gone. Wherever she is. Which one? That looks like one of the cover boxes for one of the 5 parts. Green with you. Which one? That? No, that's the... Which one are we talking about? Yeah, see, now, obviously, for any of the Americans or Peruvians or whoever in the chat, you won't know who Jet Gladiators is. But, obviously, well, you'll know what American Gladiators is, but there was a British version just called Gladiators. The Shining card. Well, I guess so, because the card is green, but it's the lights don't always catch it. It's the saber-toothed tiger. Post it in TV and movies. Cheers, thank you. I will take a look at that. In fact, I do have season 1 on DVD, but I don't think it has the pilot on it. But so I'll check. Is the 2 cards there? Yeah. Yeah, we can start to see now that the set is not that big. 72 cards. We're getting quite a lot of duplicates now, so we can start to go through these a bit quicker, because I think the ones that we're going to be really interested in is in the foil cards. OSC. I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. The one that I put the link of, the Green Ranger Shining card. I'm pretty sure, I'm looking at it right now, and it says 1994, set, and it's the foil, and the back of it looks exactly the same as all of these. It's the 1994 Power Foil subset, card number 37. So I'm confused of where it is, because at the moment I'm just getting loads of squats and things, but they all say of 12. So I'm confused. The OG pilot is the extra disc. Okay, I think we had a slightly different, because I had two different versions. So that for the longest time you couldn't get it on DVD in the UK. So I had a German DVD, but then I got season 1 a few years ago. But I haven't actually looked at it for a while, because obviously when I've been making the videos, I've been using Netflix. So I think realistically we've probably seen most of the set at the moment. So we're looking for the Green Ranger is what we're looking for. Oh no, there's a few more. I haven't seen that Kimberly. Oh, and there's an interesting one, because that is the 6 Rangers, none of which are wearing a shield. Because obviously in the series, Zach and Jason both also wear the shield, but at that point, none of them were wearing it. I don't remember what that. Where's that from? The Power Rangers finally break Rita's spell on the Green Ranger by destroying the sword. At the command center, Zordon and the Power Rangers welcome the Green Ranger to the team. Now they can... No, okay, that's not from that. Because he'd be wearing the shield, surely. I don't remember that from the show. I mean, I remember him taking the shield off, but not having no shield on anybody. Okay, let me just open up Discord and I can have a look. Ah, there we go. There's Babu. And it's pretty much the same text as on Squat, but what might... Oh, that way. Well, hang on. What's this? So obviously, one of the things in Power Rangers is they're not all... The Zords aren't all dinosaurs, but they're sometimes referred to as Dino Zords. What mighty Dinosaurian power? Oh, okay, Dinosaurian power. Dinosaurian power. That's a weird way of putting it. And that is the word that they use in Aber Ranger, actually. They use Saurian. Does Zach call on when he needs help? What? Hang on. What mighty dinosaurian power does he call on? What power does he call on? I mean, he calls on the Mastodon, but that's not really a power, is it? TV and movies. Let's have a look. Oh wait, actually, maybe I do have that one. Bear with me. Hang on. I'm gonna go get my one, and we're gonna figure this out. Just talk amongst yourselves. Right, let's take a look at this. This is the version I have. This is the one that came out in the UK, but they look to be... They might be the same. Contains the last 30 episodes of Season 1. Contains the first 30 episodes of Season 1. It doesn't look like this one has it. Nope. The UK release does not have it. So I'll either try and get a hold of that version, or if anyone's got that American version that's on the Discord, and you've got a DVD ripper, or you've got a capture device of any kind, do see if you can capture the pilot for me, because it would be a big help for the next video. No, this is both parts of Season 1. This is all 60 episodes, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be a pilot. Ooh. So I might just have to see it. I mean, let's see it, because it's a lot to try and get it from America, just to see the pilot, just for the pilot episode. Oh, okay, so there's another one with the shirt. So, okay, so realistically now we're just looking to see what the holo cards are. That's really... Okay, so that's a weird one, because this is the artwork, like the same type of artwork, but it's on a photo. So that is like... That's a photograph of the sky, but then they've like put in the artwork on top of it. But yeah, the pterodactyl's the pterodactyl is the best sword. The only thing is that it always annoyed me as a kid that when it comes out of the volcano, when they're sort of calling on their swords, every single time, obviously because it's the same piece of footage, it would brush a tree as it flies by, and it always annoyed me as a kid. I was like, why does it always go through the tree? There we go. There's Billy's car. What was it called? Was it the Radbug? Yeah, we go. The Radbug is quite a vehicle. It is no ordinary Volkswagen. Billy, brackets the Blue Ranger, owns the Radbug. Well, he didn't just own it, he made it, and has added a number of features that regular cars don't have. For instance, the Radbug can fly. It's not just that, it can go like, I think it's like 5 times the speed of sound. Yeah, when did they switch from filming in the US to filming in New Zealand? Was it Ninja Storm? Oh wait, we've got a few here that we haven't seen before. We've got Billy. We've got the Rangers transporting. Okay, so this is from the original bit where they're sort of telling the story of Zordon summoning them. And then we've got that one we've seen before. And our holo is the one that we saw earlier, actually, which is... They've actually made that quite nice, because they've got the gold lights, and then Zordon has disappeared, but they've sort of... It just doesn't really... It doesn't show up very well on the stream. Because I've got obviously studio lights, but they sort of almost wash it all out. I need some more packs. As you can see, we still have plenty to go. But we can start rattling through these a bit. That's how deep they are. We can start rattling through these a bit more quickly, because if we've seen most of the cards, now was the time that we just start hunting for the rare one, or it might be that it's something completely wrong, and maybe it's something that's only exclusive to Australia. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've seen that Tommy card. Let me see if I can find an American version of it, because I'm pretty sure it existed. Yeah, in fact, there's other ones as well. There's one called, is it Superfoil? No, Powerful, same, or is that might be Season 2? Yeah, that's a different, yeah, okay. So there's one from the Season 2 cards, which is fine, because we've got a box of Season 2 cards that we'll be opening on stream at one point. But there's at least one of them that is definitely from this set. And it is for sale in the US as well. So I don't know where it is, but I guess we're going to try and find it. Oh yeah, no, I mean the shows that are filmed in New Zealand. I haven't watched them all, but obviously I'm editing Dino. Well, I've just finished editing Dino Thunder, and it looks beautiful. Okay, so we've got the Mastodon as our holo in this card, and I think pretty much all the other cards in this pack we've probably seen. Rita's Seed of Evil, where they dig up the Octoplant system. Oh, okay, fair enough. So I think now we're just looking at all the holo cards, because I'd be surprised if there's one we haven't seen already. I'll skim through them, but I'm pretty sure we'll have seen these already. Awkward Billy. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so we can speed things up a little bit now. First taste of Sentai was a bad dubbed Abba Ranger from... Well, so I'm going to be filming it once Abba Ranger and both parts of it are out. I'm going to have a video coming out which is about an Abba Ranger DVD, because obviously there's no Shout Factory release of Abba Ranger, but there is a version which is supposedly official. I think it's Indonesian DVD. but it has problems, which I'll talk about. Did you see the Angry Video review of Power Rangers? It was great. I did. Well, he did a couple, didn't he? Let's Sabertooth Tiger. He did. As a Cinemassacre video, it was a noob's review of Power Rangers because he's a huge fan of Tokusatsu, but he didn't know Power Rangers was Tokusatsu when he was a kid. And I think in that video, he goes and watches Linkara's. Oh, there's another Pudgy Pig there. He goes and watches Linkara's videos in the video, I think, to get an overview of what the show is. And then after that, he did a video about the video games. Hang on, we've got cards here that I don't recognise. We got another Pudgy Pig, and we got another. Oh, there's the troll. There's the one that was where we were talking about earlier with Trini's collection of toys. I did a video on Power Rangers video games, and then obviously the Angry Video Game Nerd came out and trumped it. However, there were ones that he didn't talk about, like the Game Gear ones, which are actually, well, I suppose it's not as funny if they're good, but still. Oh, cool. I wouldn't have thought my content was good for gym workouts. So I'm quick look through, but we're pretty sure that we'll have seen most of these already. Ugh. 30 years of being stuck in a pack. The Megazord again. Maybe there isn't a time. I'm getting confused now. I don't understand how I know it exists, but it's got a weird numbering, and I don't know how I can find it. I didn't know anything about CG, so the OG Power Rangers. Yeah, I mean, the CG usually on these shows doesn't usually hold up, but the miniatures still hold up. Actually, I don't recognise that one. Again, this will be from when they did the pilot, I'm pretty sure, or like when they were doing the casting, because it's like the proper nerdy Billy. But it's Tui Trang, not the other Trini. But I think she's wearing the same clothes that the other actress did. So they Simply Skullface, you are here. You're the one I was just talking about earlier. Yeah, because you missed your shout out. I was saying that you'd asked for a shout out about surgery coming up soon, and there's no need to be nervous for it. So we do have another holo Sphinx, but it's still numbered out of 12. I couldn't give you an opinion on a modern Kamen Rider series because I've not seen any Kamen Rider series. This is something that I've talked about on streams a little bit before. I kind of want to do Kamen Rider, partly because I kind of want to do Kamen Rider Black RX versus Master Rider, but also after doing the Japanese Spider-Man video, it's trying to understand how important that show was and is. Please, Bleach Ichigo. I'm not sure what that is. Is that something in Kamen Rider? Oh, hang on, we haven't seen that card before. And that must be Jason, because he's definitely got a different body shape to the guy who played the Red Ranger in the Japanese show. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch has done a lot of things. Oh, that is a different Walter Emmanuel Jones. So we are still finding new cards. There's that shiny Squat again. And then there's the Morphers again. I mean, I would be willing to do a Beetleborgs to Japanese comparison, but again, I don't know much about Beetleborgs. But I mean, to be fair, a lot of the things that I've done comparison videos, I didn't know much about before I started doing the videos, and that's kind of the point of the videos as well. It's not like an expert's review. It's someone that has always wondered what the differences are, deep diving into them to try and figure it out. Now, where Johnny Young Bosch also voiced some of that, to be fair, I think Walter Emmanuel Jones has voiced some of the monsters. A few of the actors have voiced the monsters, and the guy that played Lord Zed has done all sorts of things. Not necessarily the voice that did Lord Zed, but the guy that was in the suit. Oh, Tweety trying. Right, so we do it. Oh, okay, that's a holo that we haven't seen before. We got Goldar. Again, that's on a photo. I'm not sure what city that is in the background. That is definitely not going to come up very well under these lights, but there's an American city of some kind, and Goldar's just sort of plopped on top of the water there. The Mega Battle game, I think I played it for the video that I did on the Power Rangers video games video, but I didn't really play it much when I was a kid. And then Rita Repulsa. So where on earth are these other holos? Because there's no point opening hundreds and hundreds of packs if we can't find that holo. I might go over to my shelf and pick off Season 2 cards, and then we can dive into those as well. Because these are all ones we've seen before. How many countries banned Power Rangers because it was too violent? I watched an interview from the Power Rangers movie, like when they're on the red carpet, and some of the actors were being asked about violence in the show. But I wasn't aware of it being banned that much. It could have been, but I'm not sure. Angel Grove is the background, but it's a real American city. Where did it go? Because Angel Grove's not a real place, is it? Because that's a photo. That's the artwork. Obviously, isn't a photo, but I can't catch the light properly. Oh yeah, the Japanese version is. I mean, say the Japanese version has blood. The Japanese version has Pandora selling her soul to Satan. The Japanese show does not mess about. But the Morphin part, banned it for the Morphin part. What's wrong with the Morphin part? I'm starting to think that there's something that we're missing here. Because I'm not seeing any additional holos. I think I might go over to my shelf and pull off the next box of not Season 1 cards, of Season 2 or the new season or whatever it is, and see if we can figure out what's in them instead, because I think we've reached a full set pretty much in these, and we're not getting anywhere else with any additional holos here. So God knows where that Green Ranger set is from. Let me have another look. So I'll put the link in the description to the back of it, and we can see that it should be from this set. Let me put it in the chat. Okay, that didn't work. Copy image address. Oh yeah, don't worry, we talk about that episode in part 1 of the Dino Thunder video, which is out on Friday. So that is the back of the supposed shiny Green Ranger that I've just put in the chat. That is definitely from this set. It's the collector card set with the rainbow back, and just like with... Right, let me grab a holo card. Just like with all the other shinies, the power foil subset. So, what am I missing? Why do these all say, numbered out of 12, but that one's got a number 37 on it? Same fonts, Same decoded messaging. Because, well, let's see. Hang on. Let's check out the alpha decoder, shall we? So the shiny Tommy card says, oh, actually, this one has a joke on it. The one that I'm looking at. What was the name of the world's largest trees? So if we use the alpha decoder, A, 12 is L, 23 is W, A, always, wait, what, always B, always B, 20 is T, 18 R, this can't be right, 21, always B, 20 is H, F, always be truthful. Huh? What is the name of the world's largest trees? Always be truthful. That can't be right. No. Answer on number 61. I don't know what this is from. What is this from? So the alpha decoder card works for the shiny Tommy card, but it gives a completely different answer to the question, unless... I don't know, I'm confused. I might have to go and pull another box of cards off the shelf that are from a different set and see whether it's those ones or not. Because the more that we open these up, they're just the same ones over and over again. But if I stop opening those, and let's go to box number 2 and see if these ones are any different. This is a completely sealed box, but I have a feeling these are probably going to be the same. But then I have a completely different one on my shelf, which I was saving for another stream, but we can dig into those today. General Sherman tree. Well, that's definitely not what the alpha decoder told us. Yeah, so these are the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these ones aside and I'm going to go grab something completely different, which I was saving for another stream, but I'm going to use it on this one, so bear with me. Right, so this, I assume, is not going to have the shiny Tommy in it, because it says it's the new season, so I assume this is going to be the White Ranger. But, seeing as we're getting quite confused, and I think we've pretty much seen everything there is to see in that second set of cards, we're going to dive into this one and see what this has to offer. Because I have absolutely no... and I'm guessing these are American too. Again, these say they're the sort of Walmart 2 for $1. So these must be from 95, maybe? Let's grab a few of these. These are from... Power Rangers The New Season. 72 premium quality trading cards. 8 gold... Ah, wait. 8 gold foil stamped characters. Maybe this is where the shiny Tommy is. It's in the new season. Ah, okay. Alright, well then let's dive into these then. You only get 6 cards in a pack of these though, rather than 7. Kimberly. Oh, wait. But she's got... Her eyes are a bit messed up in that because the glue on them's gone a bit weird. Lord Zed was terrifying when he turned up. What was he called? Oh, yeah. What? What? How do you pronounce that? I thought he was just Piranha. Okay, yeah, these look right. I mean, the font and everything's a little bit different on them, but then these have got the different sort of decoder on them where it says, like, answer on card number, whatever. Okay, so we'll go through some of these and then see if we can find... Do we get a guaranteed shiny? Oh, okay, so we got a... Well, it's not exactly a holo card. It's kind of... The logo is holo. But that is the White Ranger. We'll just have to open up a few of these and see if we can get a card list. You have a lone Goldar set from from the new season. Well, let's see let's see what's in here. Because yeah, if the shiny Tommy is in this, then we can. So it said it was. What did it say? It said the gold subsets, 8 gold. So there's only 8 of them, and I'm guessing you get 1 holo a pack, but the gold would be in place of it. So yeah, and you know, as the seasons went, Perontis head, is that how it's pronounced? By season 3, Billy was not that nerdy anymore. I remember that episode with Tom. These are really dark. These look. I mean, these are production photos, but these are a lot darker than the first set. I think that's not from from Die Ranger, is it? That is actually on the set of the American show. But by season 2, they were actually using more American. But that is Pilot Billy. That's not from season 2. What camera am I using for my hands? For my hands and for my face, I'm using Panasonic GH4s. But I have a slightly... the lights are quite bright, so I can't remember what lens I've got on this one. A 35 to 100mm lens on that, because it's quite zoomed in, so you can actually see the cards. We got Billy. We got a very blurry picture of Rocky. If that looks out of focus, that's not the camera. That is how bad the photo is. And then... and that is not a production photo at all. That is a still from a VHS. The Mega Thunderzord. That's not the Mega Thunderzord, though, is it? That's just the red. That's after it's converted from the Red Dragon. And that is definitely a still from a VHS. Baggy shirt, White Ranger. Yeah. Wait, where was the card? It doesn't fit in very well, does it? I mean, compared to that, I mean, that's obviously a shot from Die Ranger. But I mean, at least the shield looks good. I mean, obviously he hasn't got a morpher showing in the TV show, but they fixed that for the movie. And then they finally, in the movie, they finally started putting the Power Ranger symbols on their chests, which they never did in the TV show, but they did in all of the merch and all of the toys. I remember it from how to say it from Mutiny Part 3. Yeah, he was the monster in that episode, wasn't he? I'm surprised they included this photo. So this was included in the Watch Mojo top 10 mistakes in Power Rangers and things. Lord Zed's staff is being held... You won't be able to see it very well, but Lord Zed's staff is being held together with metallic tape. Because clearly that was probably quite an expensive prop, but someone must have broken it quite early on in the season. So it then just has a strip of metallic tape on it. I mean, you know, being a villain doesn't always pay very well, especially on the moon. A Bret Hart tribute, okay. The Dark Rangers, yeah. That's from this episode, isn't it? This was the first instance of the evil equivalent of Power Rangers, and the costumes were so bad. It just looked like they had socks on their head. That's an issue. You don't see Tommy wearing red very often. Tommy and Jay. Were the rumours that they hated each other on set real? Ah, okay, yeah, so now we got Aisha. Again, a really blurry picture of Aisha. And I mean, some of these photos are awful. That's a still from a VHS that has then been compressed, cut out, and then had a card. The cards for this one are actually worse than the first set. The first set were actually pretty good. Yeah, there's Dark Rangers in the comics as well, isn't there? I mean, there's a few times when there's been a Dark Ranger, but they were particularly bad in that episode. Yeah, these are old VHS stills. With his metal codpiece. Have we got a holo in this pack? Oh, it's not the Mega Thunderzord. That is not the Mega Thunderzord. That is just the dragon that then goes into its sort of human or humanoid form. They still dislike each other. I wonder what. Maybe it was just two alpha males butting heads. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely from the US show, because that's either Trini or a stunt double, because you can tell how much skinnier. Ah, here we go. That's getting towards season 3 as you start to get towards more buff Billy. I mean, what is that? That's awful. That is taken from a VHS still again, and it's almost impossible to tell what it is. I mean, it's Lord Zed and Goldar, but ugh. They actually called the Red Dragon Thunderzord Warrior Mode. Oh wait, oh actually, is it? Because I don't think that's Aisha, is it? Aisha, yeah, or maybe no, that's not Aisha. It might be Aisha's stunt double, but that still looks like Twee Trang, or at least Twee Trang's body. Yeah, a lot trimmer the boy, but yeah, Twee Trang was a lot lankier than Karen Ashley. The Lord Zed putties with the stupidest weakness ever. Let's put their weakness as a big red circle on their chest, and you just press that and they blow up. That's starting to look a bit more like Karen Ashley's stunt double. Okay, but this isn't the gold subset. This is AN7, whatever that's meant to mean. But maybe these are the packs that we need to burn through quickly to see if we can find some of those gold cards. You sent me a link. Okay, cool. I'll check that later. Did you send it on Discord? Ah, okay, here we go. We got a card list here. Let's have a look at this. So, there's 72 cards in the set, which is the same as the first series. But again, I don't think they don't put the subset on this. Okay. So we'll... wait, hang on. Okay, so we got a green... But that is not from the... That's not from the subset. God, look at the state of that shield. I don't know if that's coming through on the stream. It looks terrible. I mean, that looks even worse than the one that... That doesn't look like the one that was even on TV. That one looks even worse. You sent it on my Instagram. Okay, cool. I'll check that later. But yeah, we haven't found any... So I'm guessing the gold cards are like super rare. But we've got enough... We've got 2 retail boxes, so we can start burning through them and see if we can find one. The Lord Drakon helmet. I haven't... Oh, yeah, has that just come out recently? I saw a post about that from someone recently. To be fair, I've seen... Yeah, homemade dragon shield. I mean, that looks... I mean, cosplayers can do a better job than that. That's awful. I've seen quite a few helmets for sale and things. I don't know if I'd ever buy one though, except... No, I'm not gonna say that because I can't tell you yet. Okay, so these are just... This is a subset of just the Rangers and things, so that's not on this list. So I'm just going to start burning through and see if we can find some of the gold cards. Because how many did it say that there were? Was it 8? 8 gold foiled stamp cards. Okay, so let's see if we can find one. Unless that's them. Because it says AN6, AN7. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, look, why would you do that? I mean, I guess it made the fights with the putties go a bit more quicker, but it was a stupid idea. I don't remember that episode of them playing hockey. That is definitely not Amy Jo Johnson in that costume. I mean, that actually looks like it might be a man in that costume. All these productions, I mean, they look like they were taken on a Polaroid. Okay, so that's number... Okay, so let's... Wait, let me try and figure this out. So that's number... Because it says... Gold foil stamped character subset. That is number 1, number 6, number 4, number 7... See if we can try and figure this out a bit more, because I'm still confused. That is number 8. Wait, 6, 7, 8. We've seen that one already. That's number 2. Still not very clear where. Instead of the Zed Shield putties, they should have just had the Die Ranger grunts and Zed putties. Well, I guess they could, but I mean, the Die Ranger grunts were very different to the putties. Wait, hang on, I'm pretty sure that's season 1, and it's a VHS still. Oh, but that's after they fixed the Goldar. Because it had the jaw broken off on the costume in transport to the US. Tommy's still wearing green there. And then we've still got Thundermaker. So maybe when it's saying gold stamped subset, maybe it's not the ones that they were talking. Same. So where the hell is that shiny Green Ranger from? Rita being put inside of a space dumpster. Men being men. Billy, Red Ranger, Aisha. So unless there's a subset within a subset, I'm still stumped. Scorpina appears... They try to explain... I don't think it's being counted as canon, but they try to explain how she survived in the roleplay game which has the guy who played Bulk, and it had Austin, the black nerd comedy guy, and a few other guys in it. They did try and explain that Scorpina, managed to survive the Z wave, but I don't think it was considered canon. I'm starting to think that the shiny Green Ranger isn't in this set either. Huh. So where the hell is it? That's a mystery I need to find out. Because looking at the card, it definitely... So apparently there is a foil version of... Where was the Green Ranger with the terror? Apparently there is a foil version of that. That one I see all the time. That's not the holo version, but apparently there is a holo version of that. But there is that shiny Green Ranger, which looks like it's from Season 1, but can't figure out what it's from. Maybe it's a completely different set. Maybe there was a Australian set. Is anybody from Australia or New Zealand on the stream? You got any ideas? Because this is looking a little bit like the first set where it's pretty limited. Because I think that might be the subset now. They're talking about 8 gold stamped subset. That's 1 for Kimberly, 2 Aisha, 3 is Rocky, 4 is no, it's not Zach, it's Adam. Oh wait, we're missing 5. Because 6 is Tommy, 7 is the Thunder Megazord, and 8 is Lord Zed. It's Billy that we're missing, isn't it? But that's going to be the subset. Scorpina was all stock footage, yeah. That's why they. I mean, that's why. But that's what I was saying with Lost Galaxy. You know, I don't know why. If they wanted a villain based off a Scorpion, especially a female one, I don't know why they wouldn't just recast someone as Scorpina. I mean, Pudgy Pig was one that stuck out in terms of monsters of the week. Because obviously, like I say, he was on the Tiger handheld game. I mean, and obviously the one that people refer to a lot all the time is the turtle with a traffic light on its head, which was, I believe that was Squat and Babu's attempt at making a monster. Okay, so that's the Green Ranger again. So there is a holo version of the Green Ranger, but that's not part of the subset. So the ones we're looking for, we need a gold stamp Billy, and I guess we have to give up on the idea of the shiny Green Ranger, because I can't figure out where it's. I'm gonna have to put that out on my community page on the channel and on the Discord, because that's going to become a new obsession of mine, is figuring out where that card is from. Oh, there we go. There's the Thunderzords. With a big trademark symbol next to it. But again, that's a VHS still. Do we have a Billy? No, we have a Kimberly. That is definitely not Amy Jo Johnson. That is a bulky Pink Ranger right there. That must be a male stunt double. Yeah, I guess his name was Shell Shock, but I mean, most people would remember him as just the traffic light turtle. I'm thinking it's the first season box, but it's ultra rare. Well, see, this is where I'm getting confused. Ah, okay, yes. Jared, okay. So, let me try and explain for anyone that's joined late. Right now, we're opening packs from the new season, season 2. But we started off with season 1. Now, I've put in the link in the chat. There is apparently a shiny Green Ranger card that, as you say, is number 37. That is meant to be the one card in this that is rare and worth something. It's the only one that, on eBay, that actually seems to be worth anything than a couple of dollars. However, this is the card list from the first season, and it says number 37 is the Putty Patrol. So when you start going through the season 1 cards, yeah, they've got the number in the corner, which is exactly the same as what's on the Green Ranger one. But as I say, number 37, we probably have number 37 here somewhere. But yeah, it's the Putty Patrol. Now, there is what they call the... Here it is. The Power Foil subset. And the Shiny Tommy is supposedly in this Power Foil subset, but these are all numbered out of 12. So apparently there's only 12 in the Power Foil subset from this series. So where is number 37? And how is it 37 of 12? That's what we're confused by at the moment. Because, as I say, we've got more than enough packs to open here, but I can't even work out the logic of where it is now. Because obviously I'm not going to sit here and open 200 packs with you guys to figure out that it's not in here. But in this subset, we're looking for just the gold stamp Blue Ranger. Is it possible Green Ranger's from season 2? Well, I mean, it seems to, like I say, so there is a holo version of this, but this isn't the one that we're looking for. Did you check the link? Do the rest of the cards match up? Sorry, there seems to be a thing where people are sending me links where I can't see them, I'm afraid, Jared. So I did put the link to an image of the card earlier. If you're on the Discord, try and send me the link on there, because for some reason, I don't know if it's a restriction thing, but people have been trying to drop links into the chat, and they may be seeing them, but I'm not seeing them. So let's put some more packs up there. But as the one that I've been looking at on eBay is priced in Australian dollars, so I don't know if it's a slightly different variation in terms of the fact that it's an Australian pack, where are these American? I have no idea. Oh, we got versus Ordon. I haven't seen that one earlier, but we're still looking for gold stamp Billy. No, I didn't see Raw this week. I don't even know how to watch Raw in the UK at the moment, other than on WWE Network. I assume it's still on Sky TV, but I'll be honest, I don't even have a TV license. I don't know how to watch it in the UK. No, that's still Aisha. Oh, but we got Ernie. Oh, rest in peace, Ernie. Let me just check the Discord if anyone's been sending me stuff on there. In fact, if for those of you that are on the Discord, I'm going to post it right now and see if anybody that's in there but is not on the stream is able to help us out, because I'm getting very confused now. So that's the back of it. And then that's the front of it. I'm going to post it in the Discord in the Power Rangers and Sentai channel right now. Like, help. Oh, I've got a new keyboard and I don't know how to take caps lock on it. There we go. Help. We're on stream right now. Type on this new keyboard. We're on stream right now and need to know what set this card is from. Can anyone help? I said help twice, but that's because it's urgent. Well, it's not urgent, but you know what I mean. So where is the... There they are. Right. That is now on the Discord in the Power Rangers Sentai channel. So if anyone can help shed some light on that. Yeah, we do need the Blue Ranger. Jason, that is the one from this little subset that we haven't got yet. Because he's not out there, Zed. We don't have that in the US, as in like you don't have a TV license. I mean, you say that, but obviously in the UK, we used to get the pay-per-views for free, unless it was in the UK, and then we had to buy it on Sky Box Office. But all of the pay-per-views we used to get for free. But we have to, if we want to watch live TV. It used to be just if you wanted to watch BBC, but if you want to watch live TV now, you have to have a TV license, which is about I think it's £12 a month now. I can't remember. We don't pay it anymore because we don't watch TV. But I do have Sky Go because my dad has got that, but I don't remember the last time I used it. No, still is Billy super rare or something? Because we can't find Billy. Sky Sports lost WWE and they're on BT Sport. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have liked to see them acknowledge Ernie. Because didn't he just go off? He went off to do something in the Amazon or something, but in reality it was he was going into rehab for smoking and being overweight, and then he never came back. Do I have any cosplay helmets? No, not yet. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because I really want to be able to make a video about something, but I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on something from Mexico. And that is all I'm going to say. Today's the 25th anniversary of the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. 25th anniversary, so what? 1997? No. Yeah, 97. What was the WrestleMania 97? What was the match in that? Some pay-per-views were on Channel 4, you're right, actually. But they were still free. And I've told this story before. Oh wait, you've got Twee Trang and Karen Ashley in this set. So for those of you who don't know, in the UK, before digital TV, we had Sky, not Sky Digital, just Sky, and the idea was that you had a satellite dish that was just over the air, so you picked up whatever channels you could get. So we'd get, you'd have Disney Channel and Nickelodeon and blah blah blah, but we'd also get like French and Spanish and German channels coming in because that's just what was getting picked up by the satellite dish. But Sky Sports, you had Sky Sports 1, 2, I think 3 and 4. But there was never really anything on 3 and 4. But whatever WWE was on, we got it on a weird mix of days. I think so. WWF Raw, obviously in America, was Monday night. It was Friday night here, and then SmackDown, I think, was Thursday back in the day, but it was Saturday in the UK. And then you had Sunday Night Heat on Channel 4, but I think it might have been on the Monday because of the way it lined. But basically you had Friday was Raw, Saturday was SmackDown, and then Sunday was pay-per-views when there was pay-per-views on. But obviously it was the middle of the night over here. But the Sky Sports channels, they changed in the middle of the night, which I didn't realise. So you'd get your VCR, and you didn't necessarily want to rely on the timer because obviously things would overrun, like the shows would overrun sometimes. So you get it on long play, and just before you go to bed, you press record, and 4 p.m. on Sunday night was Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, but it must have been from the week before, because they would. I don't know how it would work with the time difference, because it can't have been Sunday night in America, but Sunday afternoon here. So we must have got it a week late for Sunday Night Heat. But so you'd press record on your long play tape, so you'd get 6 to 8 hours out of that. But one thing I realised is that around about 2 a.m, maybe a little bit later, Sky Sports would turn into a channel called Midnight Blue. Now, I'm sure you can imagine what Midnight Blue was, and I'm sure you can imagine my surprise when I was fast forwarding to see the result of the main event, and I fast forwarded a little bit too far and was presented with something very different. So that was something that you'd never have now, but it was a thing. And then at one point, I think it changed to a channel called Men and Motors, which Men and Motors I think still exists, but it doesn't show what it used to show. It used to show some very different things after some of the WWF pay-per-views. Check this, Pomelo. Sorry, Carmen Rider. So if you've put a link, I can't see it. Do you need a license to watch Netflix, Disney Plus, and all that? No, you don't. No, you don't need that. And it's live TV basically. But if it's, you don't need a license to watch catch up in any way, shape or form. It is unless it's BBC iPlayer, BBC, because BBC is government funded, so it's tax funded. 11 channels for over-the-air TV in Chicago. No Disney, Nickelodeon, but Fox, CBS. Yeah, so we had like Sky One. I think Channel 2 was maybe, I think Sky 1, Sky News, Sky Movie Max was Channel 3. I can't remember what 4 was. 5 was Disney Channel. I think 6 was Sky Sports 1. 7 was Nickelodeon. 8 was something called Trouble, which was like a early teen channel, which had like Hang Time and things like that. And then it would sort of trail off a bit, and you'd have like 14 was MTV, then you had VH1, and then there'd be some channels that were just nothing, they were just scrambled, or you needed a bad signal, and then you'd get to 20 and 21, that's when you get the other Sky Sports, and then you start getting some of the German and Spanish and French channels. Check Discord. Okay, let me check. That's the card. That is the card that we're looking for. Collector card, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Series 1. Number 37. That is what we're looking for. But I don't understand. How can it be Series 1 when we've gone through Series 1? Card 37 is Putty Patrol, yeah. In the hobby version. Wait, so there's a completely different set of cards? Hang on. So wait, is it... It's the same styling, but completely different set? Is that what we're saying? So Walmart had a completely different set. Is that the case? What's the hobby version? Ah, there we go. There's Billy. There's the Blue Ranger. Okay, so we got the entire set of that gold stamp now. Because again, when we get down to it, I've got some cards from Power Rangers the movie as well. But they're all made by Fleer, but I have 2 different boxes of them. like two different style boxes of them, and I can't figure out what the difference was. And I'm not gonna, we're not going to open up on stream now. We're going to save it for another day. But I'm going to show you the difference, and maybe this is starting to make sense now. Hang on one sec. But they're both made by Fleer. So this is where it starts to get even more confusing, because you have this, which is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie Fleer trading cards, but then you also have this, which is the Fleer Ultra trading cards. Now, when you look at the cards on the side, is it this side? You can start to see some cards that are the same. And I've always wondered what is the difference between these, and we're going to tear into these at some point. We're not going to do them today. In fact, you can start to see some of the cards the same, and then the casting calls and things that are all the same. So I don't know if there's any difference between these two boxes, but if there's a completely different set, like there's a Walmart set and a hobby set, so are we thinking that it's the, is it the new season, it's the collector card one, not the Walmart set? Is that what we're saying? Forms of the set, hobby and Walmart set. Okay, so maybe I need to be looking for, is the hobby set the collector card set? Is that what, are they the same thing? Maybe that's what the one, the Ultra bundle. Probably not, rather than, let me have a look. Power Rangers trading card box. Let's see if we can find one of them. Okay, so I'm assuming, and I'm gonna put the picture in the chat if it'll let me. Although this says that's the new season, but so it would be from that kind of set, the one I just put in the chat. Is that the one that would have these in it? But we need but it would be season 1. I'm seeing a lot of season 2. I'm not seeing a whole lot of season 1. Ah, found one, and it's $325 for the retail box. I don't think we'll necessarily be looking for that one, but having a look at it now, I'm having a look at some of the backs on them, and yeah, that would make sense because they look exactly the same artwork. Well, thank you for that, because it was racking my brain trying to figure out what the difference between them was, and now I know. And I know I can't afford to get the collector card one, but that's fine. That's not, the stream wasn't necessarily about trying to find a shiny Tommy. It was about opening them up and having some fun understanding what these are, because as I say, now I know that if these were Walmart exclusives, then we definitely didn't have these in the UK. So these are not things that I was able to flick through when I was a kid. So it was interesting to see some, and to be honest, I think I prefer the season 1 cards to the new season. The new season ones are a bit rubbish, to be fair. I still wonder why Bulk and Skull was acting odd in the Turbo movie. They were acting odd in the Turbo movie because... Oh, why were they acting odd? They... She needed... Buy it for $60 on eBay. Yeah, but is does that include shipping to the UK? Because it had to be season 1, wasn't it? I'm still I'm still seeing $120. That's so what? Okay, so here's another question, because there's a few on here and they're all in different colours. Do we think it's the purple box? Is it this one that I'm going to put in the chat? They were brainwashed, but Divatox was looking for an example of a righteous human or something, or like a perfect example of the species or something along those lines, and they ended up bringing them Bulk and Skull instead. So, and then their brains got scrambled, but I can't remember the details of why. So that purple box, are we thinking that is the one with which has the mystery shiny Tommy, shiny Green Ranger? In which case, pretty sure I can't get it in the UK for a decent price. I'm seeing $300, $245, £120, but still, that's way too much. I mean, I guess if you wanted to do it, you could hope that you find the Tommy, find the Green Ranger, and then use that to make yours. Front art has the art of one of the cards. Because that's confusing. Because we're already finding this confusing, but that is the card that's on the front of the collector card box. That purple box, the one that I just put the link on, the link in the description. That's this card. So, do they share some of the same cards? Because the front of the yeah. So they must share some of the same cards then. This is the thing, when you're looking at trying to find these things in the UK, they're almost impossible to find. They almost always have to be imported from the US. But then obviously getting a box like that, like these boxes that I have here, these things here, I luckily managed to find someone in the UK that had already pre-imported these, so I was able to get them pretty cheap. But when you start looking at finding other boxes, so I'm guessing when we get to the movie boxes, again, these were somebody from the UK that imported these. I'm guessing these are the standard cards, and then these ones say Ultra, so I'm guessing if there's anything rare or desirable, I'm guessing it's going to be in this box. But I kind of just got lucky finding these in the UK. Some guy must have imported them years ago, hoping that they would go up in value, and they just didn't. So I was able to get them for pretty cheap. I'm guessing, though, that you're just not going to be able to find it. People hate on Turbo movie, but it has Jason fighting Tommy, so it's de facto cool. It blew my mind as a kid. I mean, the Divatox outfit blew the minds of many an adult, I'm guessing. I mean, that's where Your Welcome Dads was founded, was Divatox's. What number is it? 17 in hobby version. 30. It was 37 in the hobby version. If we're talking about the Green Ranger. But yeah, it's almost. It's looking like, I mean, even I'm trying to find a box of the season 1 cards in the UK, and sorry, even in the US, but that would ship to the UK, and I'm not finding anything for even a slightly reasonable price. But one thing we haven't found yet, actually, we found that Billy, but there's still a hollow version of the Green Ranger in this set, in the in the new season. So I'm going to keep opening whilst we're looking and see if we can find that. But yeah, looking around, it's definitely from the collector card set. You're right, but there's definitely not. I'm not going to be able to get hold of that. Well, certainly not going to be able to get hold of it for this stream. But it's looking like it's something that's going to be something for you guys in the US to enjoy. The card I have now, this one, you mean? This is number 7 of 12 in the Holo subset in Season 1 in the Walmart cards. Are you amazed with you get away with DVD? I mean, to be fair, the outfit was very different in the TV show to the movie. The only thing is, obviously, the Megazord turns up, and the villain from the movie is dead almost instantly. Right, so right now I'm just looking for the Holo version, because it's not the gold stamp version. We've got all the gold stamp versions. We're looking for the Holo version of the Green Ranger. So, but this is where I'm getting confused now. Well, I was already confused, but where is it now? The Green Ranger card. There is supposedly a Holo version of it, but have you seen a single Holo card in here other than the gold stamp ones? Because I haven't. And yet there's and again, that might be that there's another version of this that we just haven't found yet. I'm surprised your Welcome Dads didn't get used for Astronomer in May. To be fair, Astronomer has become a bit of a gay icon, actually. The card with Tommy not having his shield, I think, is for the middle of the filming of Split Flower because Tommy has the Blade Blaster. Okay, fair enough. Like I say, where is that Green Ranger card? I need to find that Green Ranger card. Check Discord again. Okay. Loading. Okay, so we got a full card list here. So if I find where's that other Green Ranger Holo card? Yeah, so I need to find the card first. Hang on. We've opened so many packs now. I'm losing it. Green Ranger, where are you? Should have kept him aside, because we had a couple of them. Excuse me. There he is. Okay. So, yeah. So, apparently, there is a Holo version of this card, and it's also number 64. But it's got, rather than the new season here, it's got power foil written in the corner. Now, we've opened quite a few packs of these yet so far, and I haven't seen a single Holo card in this entire set. We've had the gold stamp ones with the sort of gold foil there, but never mind the Holo Green Ranger. I haven't seen a single Holo card at all. Not like with these ones from the season 1. The wait for Power Rangers in Space was so long, and it only aired on Friday. So, I mean, I didn't see it back in the day. I mean, obviously, I was a little bit older, but I just assumed when you start to see, like, when movies start doing things in space, it's normally a sign that they've jumped the shark. They've run out of ideas. So I just assumed at the time it was going to be rubbish. To Beauty's Annette. Well, I mean, I'm with you there, Stevie. But then she did do... She was probably better known for her non-kids entertainment, shall we say. So, you've just sent me a list with all the cards on it. So, you can't see what I'm typing on my screen, obviously, but I'm going to look for this card in the holo form and see if we can find out where it's from. And maybe it's not in the Walmart set. Maybe there's a completely different set of... Well, actually, no, there is, isn't there? Because there's the collector card versions of these as well. So maybe... It's not even coming up on that list. So maybe that's it. So I've got the Walmart ones, but maybe the holo version of this is in the collector card set, because there is a new season collector card set as well. Because there's literally no holo cards at all in any of these, just the gold foil stamp subset. So that would make sense. As a kid with them killing Zordon and Power Rangers space, I thought it was not. Well, it was meant to be over. I mean, that was the point. Zordon was meant to die, and that was going to be the end of it. But they decided that they were going to carry on, and that's why Lost Galaxy was a bit of a mess, because they kind of had to walk it back a bit and try and figure out how to make it work. Yeah, so someone's so you just put the link to that box, $160 on eBay. That is also including $32 shipping to the UK, and then there will also be the taxes for the import of that as well. So I think that's a little bit out of my price range to be able to. I've got to try and keep this channel going for a year or two. I don't think I can afford to start paying $200 for a box of trading cards. I mean, I'd love to, and if I got multiple Tommies in it and multiple shiny Green Rangers, then that would be great. But yeah, I saw that's the one I just clicked on, but unfortunately, I think that's going to be it. But that's fine. As I say, that's not what this stream was about. This stream was just about exploring and trying to figure out what they were, and that's what we've done. Because I didn't know what any of these were. I'd never seen them before. That scene where Zanette is introduced and Power Rangers Rydog is the equivalent behind who tries to lick over. Yeah, that's a thing in a kids show. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with him. Just surprised to see that. But when I found out that she had done some kids shows and non-kids shows, to put it lightly, things started to make a bit more sense. But anyway, I think, considering we've probably seen every card there is to see in the... well, we've opened 2 boxes. I wasn't expecting to necessarily do the new season and season 1, but we have, and we know exactly what was in them, and we know where the more expensive desirable cards are, and we can't get them. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll go to a convention or something and I'll be able to find that box of season 1 cards from the collector. And now I know what I'm looking for. And we can all join together on another stream and we can revel in many shiny Green Rangers that we find. In the end, Zed turns humans. Yes, and so does Rita. When I was explaining to my wife what are the best VR seasons, rule of thumb, if the show is getting cancelled, seasons will be a banger. Yeah, well, I guess that's one way of looking at it. Found another one for about 80. I'm guessing it will be in the US, but link me to it. So I think that's probably going to be the end of our stream tonight, because we've seen all there is to see in these packs of cards, and it's a little bit disappointing, if I'm honest, but it's fine. I had fun hanging out. So just to explain a little bit of what's happening over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, if you are either in the bulk crew or the Batcave tier on Patreon, you will have already had access to part 1 of Dino Thunder vs. Abaranger in a work in progress form, because I had an absolute nightmare trying to export the video with all sorts of problems. I'll try and explain what happened with that. Basically, I got to the end of the video, which I was still doing on my laptop, which when you consider there's like 0.5 terabytes worth of file sizes, not including the render files, my laptop was struggling, so it took quite a long time, and obviously I was already 2 weeks behind from having norovirus. It would not export. There was something that it just didn't like, and it would give me the frame number for what the problem was, and it was wrong. It wasn't that frame number, so I had to brute force it. I had to go through the entire video, exporting it in a few minute sections to figure out where the problem was, and it was one graphic that it didn't like. It was a PNG that I'd made in Photoshop, and it didn't like it. So the version that is available on YouTube at the moment as the Patreon version is pretty much the video without that graphic and nothing else. However, I fixed it by putting some video footage on, and everything got moved over to a new computer. I'm working from a desktop now rather than a laptop, and I put it up as a premiere for Friday. And then Toei, Hasbro, and was it Disney as well, or somebody else? They all tried to claim my video for this. There was a section where it had 17 seconds of Dino Thunder footage, Dino Thunder footage with me talking over it. It wasn't no audio or anything. But the Patreon version they didn't, which is strange, because the Patreon version you could actually see if you had the link, because if you are a backer on Patreon, you can get it. The other one is set as a premiere, so you can't see it. It's private. I can't even watch it unless I watch it in the studio. I like the YouTube studio. So I don't know how that happened, because it came up as a manual review, not an automatic review. And I appealed it, obviously, because I have a go-to response that always works. But basically Toei said no. And you normally get an option to legally pursue it, but I didn't have that option for some reason. So the video was scheduled to be removed, and and then Toei made it visible in North Korea, Singapore, Indonesia, and a couple of other countries, and they were monetizing it. So I got in touch with YouTube, and they then put me in touch with a partner support, which I've not dealt with before, but they were completely useless, because they started talking about problems with music licensing, and I said, well, it's not about music licensing. They're claiming a bit of footage, and then they said, well, can you send me screenshots? I was like, I'd already sent them screenshots. So in the end, what I've done is all I've done is the video is exactly the same, but those 17 seconds I've cut 1 or 2 seconds out, so it'll jump 2 forwards, and you won't necessarily notice it in the video. But obviously, if you've seen the Patreon version and you watch them side by side, you might notice a little difference. So that's now had to be replaced. So the version that was up previously and set as a premiere, if you've set reminders for that, that will have disappeared, because that video's, I've had to delete that video, because otherwise there'd be a copyright strike from Toei, and they'd already put it live in certain countries and were monetizing it for themselves, and YouTube were not going to help me because they're completely useless. So if you'd set reminders for part 1 of Dino Thunder vs. Abaranger, you might want to go back and reset the reminders, because it's a different video now. The thumbnail will look exactly the same, the description will look exactly the same, but I've had to change a couple of things on it to make it okay. And to be honest, I'm half expecting Toei to... In fact, I'm checking now because I'm making myself paranoid talking about it. I'm half expecting them to try and claim this one too. But as I say, they haven't bothered claiming for the Patreon version, which has exactly the same piece of footage that they had a problem with. But so far, as it stands, the new version seems to be fine. So if you're wanting to tune in for the premiere of the part 1 of Dino Thunder vs. Abu Ranger on Friday, do make sure that you go and set a reminder on that version. Part 2 will probably follow about a week later. I'm about a third of the way editing through that video, but it's kind of hard to explain, because when you say a third of the way through, what I mean by that is actually a third of the way dropping in the clips of footage. Everything else is done, like the audio correction's done, the color correction's done, cutting out all the mistakes is done, adding all the graphics is done. It's right now it's literally sorry, dry throat from talking for 2 hours straight. So now it's just a case of dropping in all the Abu Ranger footage. So in about a day and a half, I've got to 18 minutes in, and part 2 is going to be about an hour and 7 minutes long. Part 1 is 45 minutes. That's why it's split. So if you're wondering why this version is going to be in 2 different parts, it's because it would be quite a long video. And also I'm intrigued to see whether or not what splitting it up does, because the videos were starting to get more, lower and lower viewing figures, particularly Lost Galaxy versus Gingaman. And I don't know if that's because the videos are getting longer. So I kind of want to know whether or not splitting it up works, but that's what you can expect. So part 1 is available now on Patreon, but then this premiere is set for Friday. Then part 2 will go up on Patreon probably sometime next week, and then around about a week to a week and a half later it will go public. And then obviously there will be some shorter videos that will follow, and then we can the next one will be I want to do a proper deep dive into season 1 versus Zyuranger, and then I'll probably do a poll to see what people want to see next, whether or not it's a Power Rangers vs. Super Sentai, or whether it's just a Super Sentai review, or whatever it happens to be. And then there's also plenty of wrestling content coming. There is also just some general 90s content coming, and then there's also a few Pokemon things as well to accompany Pokemon Mondays. And we will continue to do stuff on Retro Wednesdays, and we also have our Patreon hangouts on Friday. So there's a lot of stuff coming. Obviously, the Power Rangers vs. Super Sentai videos take a long time to edit. A long time to just make generally. So once they're out, this latest one is out the way, considering it is the longest one that we've done ever, there will be a lot of shorter videos and also deep dives into other things that will be coming. So I'm looking forward to finally getting out, because I wrote Dino Thunder vs. Abu Ranger December 2020. I wrote Lost Galaxy and Gingaman and Dino Thunder and Abu Ranger back to back, but for various reasons that I don't need to go into here. If you want to know why it's taken so long and why it is the way it is, you can go watch my channel updates that I did at the start of the year about me quitting my job and what you can expect for 2022. Well, absolutely. If you want me to do things, drop them in the Discord. That's the best place to do it. So I hope to see you in the chat for the premiere on Friday. For those of you that are in the stream that are in the Batcave tier on Patreon, obviously you will have already seen part 1 of that video, but I hope to see you for the hangout on Discord on Friday evening, Friday evening UK time. And then obviously I will be back on Monday for another Pokemon Mondays, and Wednesday for a Retro Wednesday. So I will see you all then. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you are subscribed, because it will make sure that you get all the appropriate updates. I've had loads of people asking me questions that have been answered a million times before, and I don't mind answering them again. But if you're subscribed to the channel, you've got the bell rung, and you are also on our social media and our Discord, you will be able to get those answers, and I won't have to copy and paste the answers over and over again. So once again, yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for the info so I know where those cards are now, so I can maybe try and figure out where I can find them from. And I was going to say I'll see you all next time, but I will see you at the end of the week. 2 days, actually. I'll see you in 2 days. I'll see you.